Everybody, it's Texas Tiger Diggs, and I thought I'd get my roundup in a little early this week. The roundup was about a 6 or 7 day roundup last time. I just didn't get a chance to get out much, and so there's mostly my short lunch hunts. And lunch hunts are about all I've been able to do lately, but the weather has been spectacular. I mean, you guys know that Texas weather is usually not that cold in the winter. But it's been 68, 70, 65 for the last few days. Now that's even weird for Texas. But it's been great. So I wish I could take better advantage of it. But you got to work during the week, and sometimes you work late. And when the days are still ending at about 5:40, 5:41, and you get off work late, you don't really have much time to hit any of the hot spots and actually do any detecting. So this is what I've got for about 3 days. Now there's a reason that this is let me get that out. There's a reason that this is a good hunt for me, and I want to go ahead and get it on the record. Now, by the way, this is 2 crusty zincs. I only got 2 crusty zincs out of this out of these 3 days. Doesn't seem much out of 3 days, but considering that these hunts were like 35 40-minute hunts in areas I pounded the living daylights out of, and all I needed to do was, it was just a lunch hunt. My lunch hunts have always been relatively small. They're getting smaller because I'm still working on the same series of parks that's very near to me, so I'm pounding them pretty good. That doesn't mean there's not a lot out there, but it's not easily accessible in the frame of mind I've got. And other detectives can come out there with a fresh mind and probably hit, twice what I'm getting here. But I'm just going to have to probably back off these areas and get a chance for my mind to reset, so I'm going with a fresh point of view. In any case, let's just take these 2 little single days away, and this is the important one right here. This was about an hour and a half hunt out in a park that's pretty near me, and it wasn't a bad return in this little hunt. $1.05, $1.10. But what's most important is, and I'll slap a picture of it up probably just after I get through saying this. This is another wheat penny. And you say, oh, big deal. I found 5 wheat pennies yesterday, but this is unusual for me. When I started my detecting, I started in the upper suburbs outside the city. And these are not like the suburbs you find in the northeast or in the north central areas where your city is probably 175, 180 years old, and your suburb might be 150 years old. These are very young suburbs and very young parks. Most of them circa 60s, some 70s. So that's why I've always been more of a jewelry hunter than a coin hunter. It's just those were the parks I had, and I was not going to leave this area because that was my major goal or major mission, was to show people how they could do it in the suburbs. But now, of course, I'm going to be moving down further south and also further north, and I'll be running into some young parks there too. So I'm not expecting it to be a bonanza of silver and etc., shield nickels and Indians as I go north. But as I go south, it might get better. In any case, I believe this is a 1950 or 54. I can't really see. It took me a while to even get that much. I had an app on my phone that'll magnify and take photographs, and that'll be the picture you have probably already seen, since I probably put it in the middle of this long discussion. In any case, and what's good about this park is this is my second wheat penny. Now, I've had a wheat penny or 2 in my other parks, but they tend to have been surface or very shallow, so those might have been oddballs. But this was at depth, 5 inches, 6 inches, not huge depth, but at depth enough for me now to believe that there's silver in this area. If I've got a 5 or 6 inch deep 54 or 50 or 54 wheat, then there's a chance there's something sub 64 dime or quarter out there somewhere. So that's giving me a lot of hope. So I hope to be coming up with some coin silver in addition to ring silver, and hopefully a gold ring sometime along the line. So that's cool. And these were just very short hunts. I'm not even going to talk about these too much during lunches. It's just nearby parks. I found it. These were 2 hunts I could basically dig down with my finger and just pop up. So they were barely more than, they were almost surface fine. This was a little bit under the earth, and this was just laying underneath the grass. So, and there we go. There we go. Here, and this is just some junk, keys and a key, etc. that I found. So I'm not going to worry about that. So I think I'm getting hot in this area. I'm hitting, 2. One was about 3 inches down, and one was about 5 inches down. 2 wheats in the same park, and not in a very wide area. So I'm thinking I may have gotten a deep signal, but I didn't have the tool required to do it. And I'm telling you, the Texas soil is just so crumbly. You guys don't see me doing a lot of plugs because plugs are almost impossible in some of my parks. And there's a chance I'm going to have to wait until there's very, very near or after a rain to hit some of these parks to actually get a successful plug and go at depth. That's going to be infuriating and frustrating, but that's just the nature of the soil around here. In any case, that's that. And just want to show you something else. I finally got the last, walking away from the camera, the last lower shaft for my Safari. Oh, by the way, none of this was with the Safari. This was all with the AT Pro. The AT Pro, for some reason, works its butt off in that park. Now, the Safari did well too, and the Safari did return one of those wheat pennies. So I'm not saying it's better, but it does better than some of my machines out here. So let me see this side. And like I said, I finally got the upper shaft. This is the stock coil with the stock upper shaft, and it threads through here. Like I tell you, it's frustrating. So it makes you have to spend a little more money on Mind Lab stuff. Mind Lab makes a great machine, but darn, every time you look up, it's asking for a buck or two. In any case, so these were, this coil, this was a $75 more than I expect coil, because unless you get this lower shaft, this is a 6-inch coil by the way, unless you get this lower shaft, you're just not going to be able to change your coils on the fly like you would like to do in the field or during a hunt. So when you hit a trash area, pop this on. You hit a not so trash area, pop on the stock coil, the 11-inch coil, or if you get an open field like I was working before, you can use the Coiltech 15-inch coil. I use the big, the one I like to call the crop circle.